What's going down, you guys? You guys already know we're back at it again with another haircut tutorial. In this haircut tutorial, we are going to be doing a mid-bald fade with a sponge top at the end. But right here, all we're doing is we're just brushing down the hair, just trying to get all the hair to lay down nice and neat for when we set our guidelines. So our first guideline we're going to be setting is our bald guideline in the middle of the C cup, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to dip it down when we get to the back of the head, so then you have more room to fade. If you set it in a straight line, by the time you get to the back of the head, you won't have as much room to fade as you would on the side of the head, because the side of the head you get more room, and the hair, you know, you don't want to get into that big bulk of hair because then you'd be ruining the hairstyle. But right here we're just going to take our balding clippers, which I modified my magic clips and just slapped on the balding blade, and boom, there you go, they're balding clippers. So right here we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to bald out. Alright, so right here we have our wall seniors, and they are all the way open. Okay, they are all the way open. Right here we're going to go up about a ½ inch. You could go up to an inch if you really need that fading room, but this guideline is very important. This will be the baseline of your haircut. So if this is sloppy, it's more than likely your whole haircut isn't going to look it's not going to look good, especially if you still have that bald guideline in your head or anything. You just want to make sure this guideline is very, very important. Just make sure you're neat with what you're doing with this guideline. But I mean, you're really in a safe realm right here as long as you don't go up too high. Alright, so right here we're going to take our wall seniors again. We're just going to close that lever all the way, okay? And we're going to take that bald guideline out of his head that we made with the trimmers. Now this is very important, because if you don't get this out, your fade is going to look, it's going to look incomplete, because you're going to have that guideline still in the head. And the wall seniors are really good for taking out that bald guideline that you make with the trimmers if you zero gap them correctly. I've never had a problem taking a guideline out with my from my trimmers with my wall seniors, because of the motor of the wall seniors is just a really strong motor, and it just does a good job with taking out that guideline. But when I do take out that guideline, because when you're taking out this guideline, you really want to focus on the guideline that you made with the trimmers. And once you get that out, you're more than likely going to make another guideline. That's why I lever play. I lever play with just trying to take out that guideline. Just take out any new guidelines that you're making when you're trying to take out the bald guideline that you made with your trimmers. If that makes sense, I hope it did. But yeah, because most people, they close the lever all the way, they flick it out, they flick out that line from the trimmers, so then they don't have that harsh guard line still in there. But then they don't fix it automatically, because more than likely you make a new guideline. They finish all around the head with taking out the trimmer line, and then they go back and take out the line that they just made. And for me, I can't do that. I gotta take it away right when I see I'm making a new guideline. That's why I lever play. I'm back, just playing. But right here, we're gonna go ahead, we're just gonna take our one guard and we're gonna open it all the way up, which is equivalent to a 1.5. And again, we're just gonna keep all our guidelines consistent. And So I did go up about another half an inch to an inch. And as you guys can see, I'm brushing down because again, you're messing with really coarse hair. And when you're messing with that, when you start making your guideline, and especially when you start getting higher up in the guards, when you start trying to make your guidelines, the hair is going to start curling up. So you got to lay that hair back down, and then you got to go ahead and you try to make your guideline, brush back down, brush all the hair back down so that you can get an even cut. And then you will notice your blend's starting to get better when you're doing this. When you brush one, fade one, then you could tell that your blends will start, becoming better, because then you're cutting every piece of hair that needs to be cut. Alright, so right there when I held the clipper up to the camera, I was showing you guys that I closed the lever all the way. So right now I am at a number 1, not a 1.5, and I'm just flicking away at that guideline that you guys see right there. I'm not really trying to get it out because I know I'm gonna have to use the 0.5 guard to get that guideline out. But right here, I'm just just flicking away, just trying to get any bulk. I'm basically just debulking the line. That's basically all I'm doing, just so it's easier when I go back with the 1.5 with the 0.5, not 1.5 guard. Alright, so I did zoom this in because I really want you guys to see this right now, okay? So right now I got the 0.5 premium guard on, and I have it open all the way, okay? And I just really am just debulking the line. You're not gonna get the guideline out with your lever all the way open. Now some barbers, they just close it all the way and then they just go ahead and take it right back up, take it right out. And for me, I don't feel like I can get the best blend that I possibly can when I do that. So right here, I just debulk the line. So I'm gonna go through one way, and I'm just gonna go over the line because I know I'm not gonna get it out. That's why I'm going over it so fast. And then I'm gonna go right back how I am. I'm going one way and I'm going right back the way I came, just going over the line. So basically you're going over the line twice. That's all you're doing. You're just going over it twice. I don't know how else to explain it. How else do you want me to explain it? You're just gonna go over the line twice. Okay, and then when you come back all the way, then we're gonna close up that lever, and then that guideline is going to come out. Alright, now the lever is closed, and now it's time to take out this guideline. So right here, I'm just flicking away at the line. We already debulked it. Now that line should be coming out with ease. We debulked it with the 1 guard when we closed it all the way, flicked to the line. Now we debulked it with the half guard all the way open, and we flicked at the line. Now that line should have no problem coming out. You really should not be pushing up the line any further because it should just be that easy to get it to come out. So right here, I'm just flicking away at the line. There should be no new guidelines forming. If there is, go ahead and lever play. It's not that big of a deal. It's not the end of the world if you see a new line forming. Just take the line out. It's really not that big of a deal. You can take it out with the guard you're using. Use your corners. Open your lever a little bit. That's all it really is. It's not that hard. It's just once you start learning the tricks and the things that you have to do as a barber to get things to go your way, you will see your blends, and you will just see a lot of progression of you as a barber. All right, I gotta stop it right here, and I gotta talk about something. So right here, you guys see me take off the guard, and you see me use my corners. It's because I was struggling with it, okay? And if it's not gonna come out with the 0.5 guard closed, just take the guard off and go ahead, open the lever and flick away at that line. It's not that big of a deal. That just means that I just went a little bit too high up when I was lever playing in that area. So just go ahead and just take it off, and then you can go ahead and detail that area real quick so that line comes out. Alright, so right here I go ahead and I just use my 1.5 guard all the way closed. I'm just flicking, like, not really making a new guideline. I'm just scooping out. That's all I'm doing. I'm just scooping away at the line just to take out that, big bulk line, just to thin it up a little bit. You're really not going to do too much with it, because if you go up any further, you're basically going to be going into the hair, into the long hair, and that's not what you want. So just basically scoop out and just try to debulk this line as much as possible. You should see your blend come together. And after that, then we're just going to basically do some detailed work. That's all it is, because detailed work is what makes the blends pop out more. That's what makes the haircut stand out, and that's what takes it from an average to a more of an above average type cut. So that's basically, this is basically all the steps that you really need, because like I said, after this it's just detailed work. Alright, so now we're using shear over comb, and basically I just feel like this is a great way to detail your work. If you don't already use your thinning shears to detail your work, or just your shears in general, or clipper over comb or whatever, I feel like just try it, and I feel like you will see a big difference in your cut. When I started doing my thinning shears over comb, I don't know, I just felt like it took my cut to another level. It just got the areas that I couldn't get with my clippers. So I just recommend trying it. It won't hurt your cut. I mean, just try it out, see if you like it, and if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, well, just try to find something else to do to make your cuts go to the next level. Alright, so you guys already know how I prep my lineup. I go ahead and I just put some alcohol on a paper towel, or you can put it in a spray bottle, have them close their eyes and spray it on them. I do it like that, and then I brush it in, and then I go ahead and then I add my spritz or hairspray or whatever you guys want to call it. I just spray that on the places that the trimmer is going to be touching. I spray it everywhere on the trimmer. It just creates that ash effect. If your trimmers are hidden and you do this, I promise you that ash effect will happen, because the reason why you don't get the ash effect with every client is because the skin is not dry. That's why when a client washes their hair, or you wash their hair, and then you go ahead and then you start lining them up after they just got done washing their hair, their skin is dry, and then that ash effect, that's what you see. You see that nice ash effect. So that's what I do. See if it works for you. Try it out, and just let me know if it ends up working for you. Alright, so while that is just drying, I just decided to pick out the hair, so then it has time to sit or whatever. So I'm going to pick out the hair, because we are going to style it. We're going to put some Cantu in the hair, and then like I said in the beginning of the video, we are going to use a curl sponge to curl it up, just to give it more of that messy type look, I guess. And that's the look he wants. Of course I'm going to give it to him. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're just picking it out, just so then the hairspray and alcohol can sit in, and then we're going to go ahead and shape it up real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and hop on the lineup. Alright, so I start in the middle. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't really stay consistent with how I line up. I do it differently with the haircut. Sometimes I start on vertical bars. Sometimes I just start on the left side, then I work my way to, I don't know. So this time I just decided to start in the middle, and then I go to one side, and then I match up the other side with the side I already lined up. So then I make sure that it's straight as possible. Use your mirror. You can go ahead and face them in the mirror, get behind them and look at them like that. Right here, I just try to let you guys see it. And then I'm sorry, it just got too difficult to where I was like, you know what, no, I'm gonna line up at, later on the video, you'll see I'm just like, no, you know what, I'm gonna just line up. I know that sometimes my head can get in the way. I'm still learning. I'm trying to figure out different angles and different things like that. But as you guys can see, the ash effect is coming. I'm trying to tell you guys, it works. I use it all the time. And I've never had a time where the ash effect has not showed up. So try my method out, and I promise you guys, it will more than likely work for you. Alright, so when it comes to the razor, there are 3 simple, basic rules. Pull the skin, keep the razor flat, and take your time. If you take your time, and you're not in a rush, because when you're in a rush, that's where things go wrong. Okay, you pull the skin so the razor just glides across, and then you just want to make sure that you keep that razor flat, so then you don't go into a skin too far, because then that will make a deep cut. Like, this is a serious sharp razor, so you definitely don't want to cut it. But right here, all we're gonna do is we're gonna take some Cantu. We're gonna put some moisturizer in his hair. Okay, it's just so it just for the health of his hair. Just, you gotta put a little bit of moisturizer, just something in there, just so then also the curl sponge, it works a little bit better. So right here, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna take my curl sponge. I'm gonna just curl sponge it up a little bit. It's kind of like brushing your hair. The more times you go over it, the curlier it gets, and you just stop when you basically get the look that you want. And yeah, so I don't know. I just kind of like, I don't know. I kind of like this haircut. I kind of like this hairstyle. But let me know. Let me know if you guys. Let me know down in the comments if you guys are messing with this haircut. Okay, you guys already know what I make y'all do in the comments. If you guys think he took a dub, or if you guys think he took a L, okay, just let me know. I mean, look at this, look at it. Is it? Come on. You guys know he took a dub. Go ahead, put it in the comments. He took a dub right now. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and you guys already know it's 360 Woods, and I'm out.